Hi, my name is Noel Davis with Vermicompost, and here it is, our week 10 update. So this bin has made it 10 weeks. It's still functioning properly. It looks like it's still working. And we're going to take a look here and add a little bit more food and see how it's coming along. So let's get down to it. Here's our bin. I've added something here. Well, this is the food that we're going to put in here, but I added a little sticker here on top. I've got too many bins going on, and it's been a little bit hard to keep track of them all. So I had to add something so I'd recognize which bin it is. So here we go. So last time, again, lid, still shiny and wet. Now, last time we added some paper to it. This paper is now damp. It's not, you're not going to be able to get any drops of liquid out of it or anything like that, but it's definitely moist. You know, it's not, I mean, like it just bundles right up when you fold it. I mean, there's no pressure or anything, so it's definitely wet, but it's not as wet as it should be even for a bin. But now let's dig in here a little bit and see what's underneath here, see what's going on. All right, so we got some big, healthy worms in here. Not too many, but they are here. Granted, there's not a lot of food left on this level anymore, so there's not a lot in here, but there's another one, big one over here. Let's get down to it. Okay, now look at this. Here's our pumpkin here. It's still here. And there is a ton of worms around it, a ton of worms in it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to grab something real quick that will allow me to pry that up. This is just a little cultivator here. I thought this pumpkin would actually be gone by now, but it's still here. So if you can't see, there's a lot of worms right on top here. So we're going to just pry this up. Oh wow, look at this. This is actually going to be working really well. This is still a lot of viable material in here. It kept the paper, it kind of soaked into the paper down here, and it made it probably a little bit aerobic. But yeah, it does smell a little bit now because of how aerobic it is. But look at that. Look at all those worms. Now we're just going to put those right on top there. So we're going to just kind of dig this up, trying to get some air in here. The pumpkin, it definitely caused a dead spot in here for air, which is not surprising. It happens. Probably should have had a little bit more paper underneath it or something like that. But actually, throughout this entire area in here, now that I'm digging this up, I'm noticing that there's a lot of worms right around this area. So this pumpkin is hopefully working really well. I found that pumpkin is one of their favorite foods to eat, and they will go crazy for it. So I'm just going to move all that around. I'm sure they're not real happy with it, but got to do that every once in a while, especially when this is really starting to smell a little bit in here, which is happens when it settles a little bit too much. So there we go. So there we go. We've got a lot of worms in here, nice healthy big worms, as you can tell right here. Here's one of them. Well, I've got a few of them on here too, if you can't see. Not sure if that focuses or not, but there's a whole bunch of big worms in here right near these, right down here. There are some little white bugs in here, which is normal. I think they're springtails. That's very normal, no big deal. They continue to stay in the bin no matter what. Actually, I'm going to dig this up here and move it over here a little bit too. Get them to move around the bin a little bit. Try to get all this stuff off now, all the worms off too, because I'm going to put this someplace where if the worms are on here, they're going to die. So, but now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this back down. So that worked out really well. As you can tell, there was a lot of worms down in there, but there was nothing up top. Why? Because there's no food. So we're going to add, this is just a broccoli coleslaw mix. This is gone bad, and we're going to add that right on top here. And this is frozen right now. But what's going to happen is that this will thaw out. It's going to add some more moisture to the bin. And then the worms should start working into this too. So we're going to put this back over. We're going to move some of our material around here. Get some of that material over top. Now I think next time what we're going to do is we're going to add a lot more of this cardboard that's been shredded to the bottom. And we're going to start trying to build up a base underneath that has a lot of shredded cardboard, because if it gets compressed like with the pumpkin, when I put that in there, it gets these dead spots where there's no air, and that's when you get that smell. So bin still looks good. This is our week 10 update, so 10 weeks or 1/5 of a year almost, and it's coming along pretty well. So hopefully this will continue to work, and I can continue to give you updates. Now, I am going to tell you right now, I'm looking to have another bin also going that's going to be a little bit different. I've tried this once before, but I'm going to try it again, and that is an all coffee ground bin. So, I hope you enjoyed. This is our week 10 update, and good luck with your worms.